Hey everyone, in this video we will discuss about Power Query and the steps in Power Query and an introduction to the M query language. So let's start. So in what is Power Query? So Power Query is a data transformation and manipulation tool that is part of Microsoft's suite of business intelligence and data analysis tools, specifically designed for Excel and Power BI. So there is an Excel plugin which you can install. But in this specific case, we are just going to go through the Power BI side of things. So it comes packaged with the Power BI desktop and as I'll just carry on, Power Query is integrated into Power BI desktop, a business intelligence tool used for data visualization and reporting. So before you do visualization and reporting, you need to get the data, transform it, and that is where Power Query shines. So it helps you shape the data before it becomes available in your final data model. So let's just move on to the next step. And so what does it typically do? It connects to data sources. You could have databases like SQL Server, Oracle. You could have Azure DB, which is a cloud-based service. You could connect to APIs. You could connect to local CSV files. You could connect to Excel files as well. So you could transform. So you could clean and reshape the data. So you could order the data. You could merge, append, maybe remove some columns. So you could do all that. It also when you're doing the transformation, you can also preview what changes you've made as you go along. So it's quite powerful that way, and it uses a formula language called M. So we'll just briefly touch that, and then once you've made all the changes to your data into all the changes to your data, it becomes available. So when you say click, maybe when you click close and apply, that data gets loaded into the Power BI desktop, and then you can play along. So I'll just quickly escape out of this and we'll cover all of these steps. So I've got a Power BI file. I'm just doing a very small visual, but it's pretty good for just a proof of concept. So I'm on the home tab. I click on this and I hit transform data. And what it does is it opens this transform data tab for me. So you can see it's Power Query M formula language. This is just the name of the file, but I've got this data that I'm getting, and then I've transformed it. So I'll quickly, on the right hand side, I can show you the steps. So you can see here that the first step is I'm pointing to a folder which is sitting on my system. So you could also get data from databases. In this case, I've just chosen to get the files from Excel files. And then, you can see, you can keep going through the steps. So there are multiple things that are happening. Let's quickly go here. So you can see it's defined data types for each of the files. So, the source name is text, then calendar year, it's just, so Power Query will automatically preview the data, and then based on the first 1000 rows. So you can see at the bottom, column profiling for the 1000 rows. It will define the data type. So it's defined all the data types. Then what I've done is I did not want the source name. You can see, so I did not want the source name. So what I've done is I've removed that column here. So you can see source name has been removed, table.remove column. So this is where I'm using the M query code. And then I've renamed some columns. So I've just gone ahead and said, hey, so let's go here. So you can see total sales amount has been changed to sales amount. And then I've added a custom column called profile, where I've just defined a formula which is for each. I've just multiplied it by 0.1. So now let's say I want to maybe make a change. So if you keep noticing here, it keeps adding the M code by itself, and that's what makes it so powerful. So you don't always have to code, and if you're not good with the coding, so the coding will make it a lot more powerful, but it's a very powerful tool by itself. So let's say I'm going to move profit to before sales amount. So I move it, and you can see it's added a step here, reordered columns. So you can see I moved profit before sales amount. But let's say, so you can also edit the code here. So I'll just copy this. I'll just cut this with a Control X, and I'll move before this. So I'll just undo a Control V. Oops, and I want to get, because now I've ended up with 2 commas. So I'll just hit, and I'll add a comma here. And I'll hit and add a space and hit enter. And you will see that it's moved. So the profit is now available as the second column in. So it keeps adding all that code as we go along and make changes to our data. So for example, I could go and say maybe if I say my calendar year is not a whole number, but it's a text field, so I that change. You will see that step coming along as well. So I don't want that step for now. I'll take it out. But essentially, what now you start to understand that though you're using the GUI or the interface to make changes, behind the scenes, it keeps adding that M code, which does the data mashup or the data transformation for us. So in this video, we've just done a quick introduction of the M formula language, and where is it, like where does that language or where does that code keep getting added. So that code keeps getting added when we make more and more data transformations to our data. So this is just a start, and we'll explore this further in more detail, but just wanted to take you through the M formula language and a brief introduction to it. And it's essentially on these steps. All these steps are essentially the M query language or M language under the hood. So I hope you find this video useful, and thanks for watching this video. Please do subscribe to my channel and like my videos if you enjoy what I'm doing. Let me know if you would like me to take any specific topics. Cheers, bye.